I got to tell you, it was not my thought to piss off people before the holiday, the beautiful New Year's Day and New Year's Eve holiday. But apparently I've done just that. By the way, that audio brought to you by Freep.com. That was Mark Dantonio.
Sparty's coach.
Sparty's coach, yeah, that was Sparty's coach. No, simply asking the question because yesterday with the bowl win, Mark Dantonio is 6-5 in bowl games. Bo Schembechler is 5-12. So he surpassed Bo. Now, nobody will ever say that Dantonio will have better success for a longer period of time because Bo did it at a younger age and for a longer period of time. And it's also not very fair because Dantonio's he's already been to 11 bowl games. Bo was to 17. But it was harder to go to a bowl game back in Bo's day than it is right now with all the bowl games. But that being said, what Mark Dantonio has done at Michigan State, and you probably just don't want to admit it if you're a Michigan fan, but what he's done, the success that he's had to take that program, which no other coach other than the great Nick Saban was really successful recently in, and to take it to over a decade of success and bowl games and marquee wins and everything that's gone along, hell yeah, he's on the status of Bo Schembechler. I don't think it's insulting to say that at all. I think it's a credit to how good Dantonio's been. But you get the ticket text at 97136. And I want to make sure I get all of these in, like this one. You are the absolute worst radio personality on 97.1 and a horrible Michigan fan. I'd rather build a wooden shelf from a tree than listen to this garbage. I have two questions for that man or woman. Number one, why would you build a shelf on a tree? Especially it's like -5 outside. Number two, do you think I'm a worse Michigan fan or a worse radio host? Which one? I mean, Ty?
I don't think you're I think you're a critical Michigan fan. I don't think being critical and challenging and having questions about the program makes you a bad fan.
Couple more for you. Good topic, Jeff. I have to agree with you. Mark Dantonio, absolutely Michigan State's Bo. I mean, absolutely he is.
Mark Dantonio will have a statue one day.
He should already have a statue. I'm not exactly sure what you have to do if you don't already think he's in Bo's territory, stratosphere. You know, it's funny because Sully's going to, and I don't want to steal Sully's thunder, but at some point during this radio program, Sully is going to interrupt me with what he kind of thinks might be a hot take, but the only reason he's able to say what he believes is because of Mark Dantonio. You want to just say it now?
It'll be viewed as a hot take. Yeah, and I talked to a couple of Spartan alumni last night that thought I was crazy for this take. I think I'll just say it. I think we're to a point right now where Michigan State has become a football school. I don't think Michigan State is a basketball school anymore. I think it's a football school, and I'm saying that based on recency. You know why? Because when you look at this school recently, you think of Le'Veon Bell popping off, Kirk Cousins popping off. You think of the no-fly zone. You think of the Rose Bowl. You think of the playoff. You know, you think of all the 6-10 win seasons in 8 years. I think that Michigan State fans are more passionate about football right now than they are about basketball.
No, I agree with you because I think most fan bases are more passionate about football than basketball. I just think that's how it is, despite the NBA right now having better ratings than the NFL. With that being said, I don't know if that's how you judge a school. I agree with your theory, and a lot of that, of course, is due to Mark Dantonio. Hell, 95%.
It's a huge part of it.
Absolutely. I would say no, just because I think national perception has a lot to do with if you're a basketball or football school. And right now, you got the number 2 ranked team in the country. You've been to 7 Final Fours. And while your football program stunk, it was basketball that carried you through and showed you some success. So I still think you're a basketball school. With that being said, 10 years ago, you couldn't say that.
But I think the State fans care more about football than they do basketball.
I agree. Especially because Michigan fans care so much about Michigan football, and they kick Michigan fans' ass. It's just the truth. Listen, if you're a Michigan fan right now, you get your moment. You get your moment on Monday on the Outback Bowl against South Carolina. And then you move on, both seasons are over. But if you're a Michigan fan and you're totally upset, you're appalled at the notion that Mark Dantonio now sits at the Bo table, which is a very high table, why is that wrong to say? Just because, how dare you? little old cute Sparty could never match up to us? The bottom line is they have. For more than a decade, they're the better program. And I'm a Michigan fan, and I would love to see, dare I say, I don't know, Jim Harbaugh to win a big game. But he hasn't, okay? So just call it like you see it. You know, you all say I troll way too much. This isn't trolling. This is flat out, I think, a decent opinion. I think it's obvious. In fact, I really don't think you can disagree with it. I think it's about as concrete as it gets. But 248-539-9797, the ticket text 97136. Isn't it obvious that Dantonio has reached bowl level? And we got one open line available if you want to grab it. The ticket text at 97136. But I want to know, I want to hear from Michigan fans who are very angry right now, and I want to hear from Michigan State fans who are related right now because they have themselves a 10-win football team. And once again, they're back on the map, and dare I say, probably the favorite to win the Big Ten next year, at least the Big Ten East. I think a lot of people think that. When Phil Steele comes out with his latest college football magazine, I think Michigan State's going to be right there. So we'll come back. We'll take your calls. A lot of people want to get in on this. Has Mark Dantonio reached bowl level? I think the answer is obvious. Yes.